Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to be reacting to a video called Exploring a Massive Spanish Supermarket. This is from a channel called Spain Revealed. Well, Spain has a lot of good food and the supermarkets really do reflect that. So I'm very excited. Let's check it out and comment, like, and subscribe.
Mountains of ham, rivers of olive oil, and lakes of wine. Today we're going to explore one of the largest supermarkets in Madrid so I can show you what we eat, what we drink in this country, the wonderful, unique Spanish snacks there are, and so you can also see how is it different from your supermarket back home, a typical Spanish supermarket. So venga, let's go.
Okay, we're in which supermarket are they?
Hey guys, I'm James Blick and welcome to Spain Revealed. This channel is all about helping you explore and understand Spain like a local. And there's nothing more local than checking out a supermarket in a country. They're kind of like museums of current culture, if that makes any sense. They reveal how we live our lives, what's important to us. So we're going to dive into this enormous supermarket. But one of the concerns I have is that we don't have permission to film. I'm worried they might kick us out. So we're going to go guerrilla. Yoli's filming on the iPhone. So we're going to pretend to shop normally and try and show you what's going on inside, and we're going to keep it a little bit low-key and quiet, so shh, let's go in. So it's like I'm walking through a ham jungle. We eat so much ham in this country, and there is a section in the supermarket purely for ham. I'm surrounded by it. They're sweating, they look delicious, all the different grades, jamon serrano, jamon iberico. Of course, if you're here for a brief amount of time, stick to the iberico. It's just so good, a little more expensive.
Wow, I'm surprised right away. He says iberico, like serrano, I think it's the most popular choice. I don't know. It's weird.
And they also cut it by hand here for you, so you have to choose your grade. For the person who has everything, you need to get them a collapsible ham stand, so you can collapse it, have it at Christmas, have your ham done at Christmas, then stick it in the spare room collapsed for the rest of the year. A lot of people just have a ham at home just at Christmas. We've also got over here hams that come in boxes. So many ways you can buy ham. Find the cheapest ham and the most expensive.
You should get one and get home and get one, you know, for people back home. You just get a box of ham.
It's of ham, so you can see the difference. This one down here in front of me is from the Alpujarras from Granada, and it's 30 euros for the whole ham. So white hoof pig, serrano ham, probably not cured that long, 30 euros for that whole thing. That is, I don't think I've ever seen it that cheap.
Oh my god, I thought it was like per kilo. It's the whole thing. Okay, that's really cheap. Those things are incredibly expensive. Like that whole leg of ham, it's gonna cost you. But like he said, maybe it hasn't been cured for that long. But like good quality ham, like it's expensive. Like maybe it's worth it, but it's expensive.
Most expensive. Okay, the most expensive is Cinco Jotas, 5J. You'll see it, and it's a ham here that is just the ham. You also get some other cured meat with it and a knife. But you're going to pay 569 euros. So that's a lot of, that's like 1,000,000% more. I'm sure it's not, but you get the idea. 30 euros or 500 odd euros.
I think that's like a present you would give to someone, right? I don't think people are just getting that for like, I don't know, for home.
The difference. So ham for everyone, for all budgets. Of course, it's not just ham or jamon that we get from the pig. You've got so many other forms of cured pork here. There's 1, 2, 3, there's about 3 or 4 aisles of cured pork products packed up. We eat a lot of pork in this country. I'm not sure what the statistics are, but it's insane. For the person who loves cured meats,
interesting.
Serious envelope of this.
Well, but that's just Christmas. I think you would get that if you're having, you know, a party, a gathering at home. Like, this is a great choice because you have a lot of them.
Stuff. My God. So to give you an idea of cured meat prices here, they can go pretty cheap. 5 euros, and you've got 300 grams of a whole selection here of ham, probably pretty average ham, chorizo, salchichon, the whole deal. But yeah, I'd stick away from this stuff. It might be a bit rough. These are not tapas, just in case you're confused when you arrive. Small little crackers with nothing on them are not tapas.
Oh,
my favorite cured meat.
Tapas as in like the food, like, yeah, that's different.
In this country is a Catalan cured sausage called fuet, F-U-E-T. It means whip in Catalan, because it's shaped like a whip and it's narrow. But it is so yummy, perfect with wine, little slices. My God, once you...
Yeah, I think these are, well, yeah, of course, it's a different type of, it's cured, everything. I mean, if you're into this, yeah, go to town with it. A lot of these have like really strong flavors.
Not stop and you'll eat the whole fuet. I've been there. It's addictive. Here's a paradox that I don't understand in this country, and if you live in Spain, please let me know. You can give me the insight. Pechuga de pavo, turkey breast. You see it everywhere in this country in these slices, but nobody eats turkey apart from this. So you can't like buy turkey. So you're eating all this.
I've never thought of this, but it's true. I think compared to the US, I think in the US, turkey is like one of the most popular types of cuts of meat, I think, like with like beef. That's the other thing they eat. I'm sorry, I don't eat meat. I sort of know nebulously what kind of things people eat, but I know that you can get like turkey, like ground turkey or something. But it's true that in Spain, and I think a lot of other countries, turkey is not that popular, as in if you want like a cut of, can you get not a slice, how would you order this? I have no idea. But if you want to make like an actual sort of steak, maybe not steak, maybe that's not the right term, but if you want like some sort of meat to like cook and make like burgers or something, turkey is not going to be widely available. Maybe, and during Christmas you don't eat turkey either, but of course, you eat turkey like during Thanksgiving. But it's true that this is, like turkey breast, it's really, really popular, but like to get in a sandwich. So really
turkey breast, and there's no turkeys. What are we doing with the rest of it? Is this turkey breast? Is this turkey? Please let me know in the comments below, because I'm kind of fascinated. I think there might be a conspiracy. Hang on.
He has a great point. What do they do with the rest of the animal? It said maybe I would lie to you, and that's not turkey breast at all. I have no idea how they do this, actually. I don't want to know.
I solved it. There's another bit of turkey here. Taquitos de pavo.
But it's the same thing.
Of highly natural turkey. So there it is. That's where the rest of
Yeah, but it's not. Yeah, but I'm sorry. That's not the actual sort of meat when you get like frozen meat and you get. I don't know. I'm only thinking of burgers. I have no idea what other thing you can do with like the meat, like the turkey or something. I don't know. It's just not meat. That's my point.
I guess into taquitos. We're gonna deal on pig's brains, $1.50 for 2. And a deal on pig's snout, $1.60.
This is quite something. There are places in which they eat like the brain, especially during Christmas, but it's a regional thing. It depends. It's quite, again, not for the faint of heart.
$60 for 2. So the snout's a little more expensive than the brains. So funny that. So you can see all the fishmongers behind me, and I've always been so impressed by the fish sections in supermarkets here in Spain. There's so much variety.
It's good.
Particularly a huge amount of variety also of prawns, langostinos,
seafood,
all these different varieties have different names in Spanish, but in English we seem to not have as many names. Maybe there's scientific names, but
no, but I think you have like mussels and it's true, like you have the shrimp and the langostinos, which is like a large shrimp. I have no idea, but it's true. Like maybe it's not as if there's more variety. I just think I don't know. Like in the U.S., I'm comparing it, and there's like not. I think there's maybe not. They're the same things, but I don't think they're widely available. I think that's the difference.
Really, really impressive. And these guys, they'll cut the fish up for you. They'll scale it. They'll gut it. Everything. They'll ask you how you're going to cook it. So this is a pretty impressive selection. Most of Spain's seafood comes through the north, from the lonjas or the fish markets in the north of the country, particularly in Galicia. So if you ever see these in a supermarket, gulas, what they are is actually fake baby eel, named after angulas, which are real baby eels and are about €1,000 a kilo because they've been overfished. And so I think it was in the 80s, company made up these fake ones, which are made from like surimi, like crab meat with a K.
The crab meat.
And they are painted like baby eels. Everyone knows they're fake.
Even not everyone, though.
Well, not everyone. Okay, not everyone knows they're fake. And it says La Auténtica, the authentic fake baby eel. And particularly popular in the Basque country in the north, you do a stir fry with chili or garlic. Strange little cultural thing. So here we have a mixture of 2 types of anchovies called a matrimonio, or a marriage. It's vinegar, marinated anchovies, and salt-cured anchovies, and you actually often eat them together, and that's why it's called a matrimonio, or a marriage. They're perfect when combined, and they are sold shrink-wrapped and combined. So I bet you don't have that back home.
Yeah, but I think anchovies are really popular there. I think other places are not like into anchovies as much as Spain.
Razor clams, shrink-wrapped razor clams. That one's easier to say. Sea snails, anyone? At $14.99 a kilo. So I don't know how many little bunches you need to make a kilo of sea snails, but...
Yeah, but to me that's not that expensive. Am I crazy? It's like you're getting, I don't know how you would cook this, but I don't think that's that expensive.
Find out when you come visit. So I come from New Zealand, where fresh milk is a religion, and here when I moved to Spain, it's all about UHT milk. That means it lasts and doesn't have to be refrigerated. It's the same in France as well. And so this fresh milk section, there's tiny, and the UHT, the pre-treated heat, well, however it's said, is like 2 or 3 aisles of that stuff. So what's the difference? More or less fat? I don't know. When you come, it's summer.
I do believe it has less fat. I think maybe, I don't know how they treat milk. It's really, I think it's quite it must be a pretty big industry.
Drink horchata. Ideally get the good horchata. This is a little bit industrial, but it's not the horchata that you might think of from Mexico, which I think is made
Oh, they have they have this in Mexico. I think they also have this in Italy. It's good.
rice milk?
It's a drink. But you can get it like you can do it yourself or something.
This is from chupas or tiger nuts, and it's the most refreshing drink in summer.
Yeah, it's really
Horchata.
good.
There's a lot of horchata here. Different flavors, different types. Does your supermarket at home have prepackaged pig's ear? I highly doubt it. You can buy your rabbit whole or in bits, so €7 for a
Oh,
whole
the
rabbit.
rabbit.
Never been a big rabbit fan, but yeah, not bad. Of course, the classic blood sausage. Really do try it when you come here. It's delicious, especially the stuff with rice.
Well, try it. It's delicious. It depends on the consumer. Again, if you're into it, you're gonna have a really good time. I'm realizing there's just a lot of meat here.
$2.70 for 8 slices of blood sausage on
It's
the
quite
grill.
cheap.
Really, really good. A little bit crunchy, and it's a new superfood. Blood sausage is the new kale, full of whatever it's full of. It's good for you. So give it to your
You
kids.
like it?
When you're buying
Sure.
coffee in a supermarket, you'll see mezcla mix or natural. Mezcla mix means that it's part natural coffee beans being roasted naturally and part torrefacto, which is a process where a little bit of sugar is burnt onto the coffee beans. Has a kind of a crazy history. I'll put a link to an article down below about it. But you want, in my opinion, natural. The mezcla tastes really burnt and hard, and I love that it's called bonka. The whole mezcla natural thing just drove me bonkers when I first moved here, because I was like, why does the coffee taste so terrible? And I was buying mezcla, even some of the natural stuff. So I don't know, do you like it? Let me know below if you're super into Spanish torrefacto coffee. There might be 3 of you. The word donut actually does exist.
I think some people may think, oh, this coffee tastes really bad because it's burnt. It's like, yeah, well, some people really do like the taste of burnt coffee, which I think is crazy. But yeah, I'm
in
with
Spanish,
it.
but it refers to this specific brand, donuts. If you say, I'm going to have a donut, that's what you're going to have, this brand, and it's a donut.
yeah, not
but if you're saying
skip
plural,
donut.
you have people say donus. They don't say the T. It's like, quiero unos donus. T gets skipped. Why does T get skipped out? Too hard? Too hard. T's too hard. When I moved originally to France, before I lived in Spain, and they had these at breakfast, these like little toast things that are like little hard breads.
The hard
It's kinda
ones?
really
Yeah.
weird, because it's like, you either have toast or you have bread, but there's a sort of
I don't think it is a little, it's prepackaged, but I think it's a toast, right? Only that it comes in a package. It's sort of hard, but it doesn't really taste the same as when you like toast on bread. But I get it. It's for convenience sake. It's really, I don't know, sometimes they are like a little sweet sometimes. I think it's a little strange. Like they don't taste the same, but I get the appeal.
toasted, crunchy thing. So something a lot of people eat
it's
for
just very
breakfast are magdalenas, which are like really simple cupcakes. And
They don't, yeah, like a cupcake without glazing, basically. It's really good. Like they're
I actually
they're
got
not.
really into them when I first moved here and put on a lot of weight, so full of crap. But so be careful. Another obsession of mine when I first moved here was pan de leche, milk bread. These little soft, pillowy, cloud-like sweet bread things. I was
Again, acquired taste. Some people really do like
obsessed. It
this.
contributed to my weight gain, and I loved it. The Bimbo brand. Bimbo. A word that's a little different in English.
It's quite
so
doughy.
candy that's quite big here, but potentially racist, are conguitos, little
Oh.
chocolate candies, which obviously conguito means what? Little people from the Congo? Yeah, little people from the Congo. So
Yeah.
maybe that's from the dictatorship. Not sure, but a little out of time, I think, on that one.
Let's
Might
get
need
right
to
at
tweak
right.
that. So for all my Kiwi friends out there, the Milo of Spain is Colacao, this chocolate drink, warm chocolate drink that
Oh,
kids drink.
Milo. Do they have Milo in New Zealand? I didn't really know that. It's like a chocolate drink, right? Like you mix it with milk and you make a chocolate milk.
Adults
right?
drink it. Everybody drinks Colacao. A lot of people still
Really?
drink Colacao
Oh,
even
yeah.
into their mature years. I heard someone order one in a bar the other day with extra frothy
bar?
milk. See, in the international section here,
Strange.
Marmite. I got Yoli into Marmite after a few years, and now she loves it.
So we're taking one home.
So we're taking some Marmite home because we're almost out.
Isn't
This is the
it
English
super
Marmite,
salty?
not the Kiwi Marmite. We're almost out of Kiwi Marmite. So if you haven't ever tried Marmite, you will hate it for the first 5 years when you try it. But then one day, all you will want that morning for breakfast is Marmite. Trust me, you got to work through those 5 years.
Okay, 5 years. That seems like quite a long time to be having something that you don't like.
We're in the aperitif section. Nuts, potato chips, and olives. Potato chip flavors are a precise reflection of what people eat when they're not eating potato chips. And so, one of my favorite guilty pleasures is jamon flavored potato chips. These, man, once you start, you will never stop.
Usually
Wow.
they'll that.
When I grew up,
That's
it was
usually how it goes with like potato chips.
chicken flavored chips in New Zealand, and here sabor a jamon. It's such a
Chicken.
guilty flavor. Rufles, how we say ruffles here. Ham flavored, out of control. Try them if you come.
Everything's unflavored. It's really, although, yeah, because I think this is a thing about like potato chips in general. Obviously, this is obviously the case with Ruffles, but I think that it happens with like Pringles, Lay's. I think other sort of very famous potato brands, potato chip brands. They, depending on the country they are or you encounter yourself, it's very regional. Like I think a lot of those companies just do the whole, well, where I am, I'm just gonna like acquire, you know, what do people like here? So they try to add like more of that into like the market. So like for instance, I don't know if this is a thing, but I would imagine like, you know, in Japan, probably they have like matcha flavored like Lay's or something or Pringles, because again, it's like a regional thing. I just said like matcha in Japan because I think like it's a Japanese thing, I think. But in this case, yes, we're gonna find like a lot of like cheese flavored, you know, like very, I know, like manchego or something. I don't know, just like very truffle, although truffle I think is more universal, but it's just like very regional. I come to realize this with like potato chips. That's one of those foods in which like I think the market, like depending on the market, I think the company like makes things very, like especially for that country.
Do you have ham flavored Pringles back home?
Exactly.
Yeah, we do. Ham flavored Pringles. Never really been a big fan of Pringles. They always taste like, you know, like dehydrated potato or something. Always tastes a bit funny.
Well, it is, but that's why they taste good.
Ham flavored, even in the Pringles. A very Spanish combination of flavors is garlic and parsley. One of my favorite dishes, gambas al ajillo, prawns with garlic and parsley, is delicious. And here we have potato chips with garlic and parsley. So it's true. Potato chip flavors really just show you what people are eating when they're not eating potato chips. I know that's a bit confusing, but I think there's something in that.
Exactly. No, exactly. That's the thing. They showed you like the flavor profile of a place. I think it's like, what do people like here? I don't know. If you're not sure, look at the potato chip section in a place, and then you'll able to see, oh, this is what people are having. Like when they're not eating chips, it's like they like. It's again the flavor profile, like what kind of condiments they like, what kind of things they like. They go to the potato chip section.
Ham, garlic, and parsley. This is a country where we eat a lot of fried eggs, and we have
delicious
fried egg flavored potato chips.
And again, because there's also a dish that's literally just like an egg with fried potatoes and a fried egg, and that's it. So this is an actual dish. You know, it's not necessarily, obviously it's in the potato chip flavored, but that's actually a dish as well.
I've never seen these before. Fried egg potato chips. We're buying these. I'm taking these back. I want to try these. So we've found.
Won't be buying again. Oh no, he said that it was a little weird. Oh, they taste weird. Won't be buying again. But you have to take, again, maybe you have to try like the actual dish, because the actual dish is good. It's fried potatoes and eggs. Like, who doesn't like this? Maybe it's just like a weird flavor in general, as in the potato chip, not the actual dish.
Favorite snack when she was growing up.
Pelotazos, so delicious.
Oh.
So it's actually the greasiest snack in the market. So you can just get one of these. It's pelotas bowls, like football bowls. So you just get one of those on the floor and then just step on it, and then when you withdraw the paste, there's like this stain of like grease on the floor.
Wow, let's get a pack. That sounds great.
Yummy.
Yeah, like she's not making a good job at gut selling this. Is like, that sounds disgusting.
Sometimes when you're in a tapas bar, you'll get given pork rinds, cortezas, as a tapa, and man, they are dangerous. You have about 3 of those, and you're gonna have a stomach ache. I always find. And I love these ones. They have like this little ham with like corteza with pork rind coming out of it. Curious.
I think it's just like a pork rind. Don't they have this? As in, it's called like chicharron. I think like maybe that's it. I think there's you can find this in other places.
Sort of odd, a little bit scary. And then for those rich people.
It is like, again, do not tell me what's in it, because I think people are just like, I don't want to know. I'll have it, but don't tell me what this is.
There you have Iberian potato chips, not just normal ham potato chips, Iberian ham potato chips. Huge canned olive section behind me, but little tip is that if the supermarket you're going to has a fresh olive section, that's where you want to go, and we're going to go to there after this. I wouldn't buy the canned stuff.
And there's a huge section.
Fresh is kind of tastier. A classic Spanish snack, the most classic Spanish snack, and a real challenge for me are pipas, sunflower seeds, and you buy them, they're covered in salt.
He doesn't like them?
You eat these in the States, for example, at baseball games, and you open them with your teeth and suck out the pip with the seed with your tongue. For idiots like me who still can't figure it out.
Oh no, you
have peeled ones.
Okay.
Peladas, so I don't know if you say peeled. And so you just could eat them directly, but as I say, I would need those. They're like training wheel pipas.
No, but I think it's you have to get them peeled because in peeling the whole thing is like a pistachio or something. Well, I guess you can also do the same thing. I don't know, just like getting everything that needs to be. It's like peanuts. Like when you're getting peanuts, like you get the not the ones that you have to peel. You get unpeeled peanuts because like convenience.
Can't get it.
Why would
Can't
you
figure it.
do
I feel
this?
like I'm always going to split my teeth in two or something. And you see people who have been eating them. There's just a pile of shells all around them. Okay, my
Yes.
personal.
It's like again when you're having like the walnut, which nobody does anymore, but you have like the walnut and you have to crack the walnut and then you have the bunch of like shells. It's like this is way too much of a hassle.
Challenge
to
to
be
you
eating.
is: can you handle white asparagus? These guys,
Why
they're
would
super
you?
scary. And
Why
I hope
would
my
it- why are
mother-in-law's
they
not watching
scary?
because she serves them Christmas, and it's like I have to over every weekend.
Yes, they sell it in a jar. It's good. It's like vinegar. I don't know why. What is it weird? It says asparagus. Asparagus is normal. It's like the most normal kind of vegetable.
I have to I choke my way through them. I mean, I eat pretty much everything, and I eat them, but white asparagus, still not there yet. Still not there.
Really, I think it's just like they're fleshiest. Like it's a weird way to put it, and I think it's just like it's a texture thing. Isn't it? Is that it?
Mayonnaise always so gluggy, so gross. This is an entire section dedicated to white
Disgusting.
asparagus. The bane of my gastronomic existence in Spain.
That's so
They're
weird.
not cheap
How come he
either.
doesn't
If
like
you
it?
love these, and a lot of people do, they're a delicacy. This one here, you get 10 to 14 white asparagus in this can. 11 euros. 11 euros. Remember, you can buy an entire ham for 30 euros. So,
Well,
man, yeah, you
the quality of the ham is not going to be the same one as
spend
the
a lot of money on
asparagus.
white asparagus if you're really into it. White gold. Do you
Yeah.
like white asparagus?
But you can also find them cheap, right? It's not necessarily you have to get the expensive one.
Is my mom watching?
Always Spanish, and even she's not convinced on the white asparagus thing.
Yeah.
You need to figure
What's
this
up
out.
with
Do you love white
asparagus?
asparagus? Love it or hate it? Let me know
Yes.
below. It's always interesting in a supermarket when you have traditional dishes but done in a
Yeah, it's a traditional dish. I wouldn't get it in a can. Callos is like a very it's a stew, and again, you wouldn't really get it in a can. I don't know who gets this in a
prepackaged
can.
form, things that you would never have in another country. So here,
Oh yeah, at the casino. Yeah, again, it's really weird to me to have like the prepackaged whatever. Maybe like for again, this isn't like a convenience thing. I know maybe they taste really good, but I
we
don't know. I
have
wouldn't
Madrid
trust it.
stew, cocido madrileño, which is the classic meat, vegetable, and chickpea stew that you have in winter and is really delicious in a can. Cocido madrileño in
Yeah,
a
but
can.
in a can.
We also
We
have our
tried it.
callos a la madrileña in a can. So that is tripe stew, Madrid tripe stew. So, I mean, you wouldn't necessarily even get these maybe in other parts of Spain. I don't know, maybe in a little bit.
Yeah, but again, especially I think with the callos, I think it's just a very once you know what's in it, like I don't think people even would have it like the normal one that you make.
But these are regional, prepackaged produce. One of the delicacies in this country is canned seafood. Now, the idea might freak you out a little
This
bit.
is good,
Wonderful
though.
fresh seafood, but you also have amazing canned seafood and a huge tradition of it. Often,
Yeah, what I just said, I think with dishes, I think it's more like sushi, like supermarket sushi, basically. Like, why would you get it if you can get it again fresh? But in this case, I think with seafood, I agree. Like, you're gonna find, and they're not that cheap sometimes because they're good. So it's like, no, they're good, but it's like the seafood specifically. I think it's a little bit different because it comes in a can. I know it's like tuna. Like you would get like there's good quality tuna that also comes in a can, and you wouldn't necessarily go and like you wouldn't get like the fishmonger. Hey, can you give me a tuna, like a total fish?
shellfish, for instance, can actually be more expensive in the can than it was fresh.
Exactly.
Because the idea is if it's canned well, it's a wonderful way to preserve seafood, and it actually improves the flavor. I've read about famous
they're
Michelin
good.
Spanish chefs who one of their favorite food memories is to get a great can of canned cockles, open them up, a little bit lemon on it, and just sit there and
Cockles.
eat them. And I totally understand. So you have to try it when you come to visit. We have canned
Yeah.
calamari in American sauce, salsa americana, which is like a tomato sauce. I
What
believe.
it-
Canned squid,
Yeah, I
and
don't know
it's
what I said.
black ink from Galicia, from the north.
Yeah, that's what. Wait, what did he say?
Canned squid, and it's black ink.
It's squid. Well, to me, I don't know. I like a chipirone. I think it's just different than a squid. But maybe I'm the one that's wrong. I think it's just very different. I think they're smaller than a squid. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know about
From
seafood.
Galicia, from the north. Squid, again, in its own ink. Do you think the Velasquez family gets commission on these canned calamari and American sauce? Canned
I doubt
razor
it.
clams, canned scallops, canned fake baby shrimp, fake baby eels, sorry, and clams, canned
baby eel.
cod liver, very specific, canned mayulas. I don't even know what mayulas are. I've never seen them before. Love the packaging. Oh, look at that,
What's baby
canned
eel?
cockles and poton. Poton is like weird bottom crawling octopusy sort of calamari type thing.
He hasn't even gotten into the
Very vague.
octopus.
Sorry about that.
Just
Look it up.
realized.
And stuffed squid in its own ink, I think. So you can see there's an enormous section here
They
dedicated
have
to
so
canned
many
mussels.
things.
These are all canned mussels. So many brands. I can never get over how many brands there are. One little thing that I
So I think it's interesting because I think a lot of the complaints in the US, well, Americans that they go to Europe, it's not exactly it's a complaint, but I think it's a little bit different. And I think I've seen it in other places as well, in other European places, in which there's like very, very little variety when it comes to brands. It's just like 2 or 3 brands. That it just dawned on me that wait, this is actually quite similar to the US, how the US operates, in which you have like so many brands and you can choose, which I think is great. I'm all for like choosing, options are great. But I think that's one of the things where it's just a thing about like Spain being different than other places, or maybe it just depends on the supermarket. Maybe that's the thing. But I think I've seen other places in Europe in which it's not that normal to have like a bunch of other brands, because I think there's a huge variety. But I think that's definitely very, very different. Because a lot of like Americans go, when they go to Europe, and there's like what's up with the little variety? Or again, when Europeans go to the US, it's sort of wow, this is a world. There's a whole other world out there with like you have so many brands, which I don't get that in my country. So again, wondering
actually
what's
really
up
love
with
about
that.
canned seafood in this country is the packaging. There are so many brands of canned seafood, and a large proportion of the
They're
packaging
prettier.
looks like it hasn't been updated since like the 1950s or 60s. I love that
It's
font.
classic.
It's such an old school font. And of course, we're in the land of olive oil.
The olive
Spain
oil.
makes almost half the world's olive
The
oil.
best olive
and the
oil.
average Spaniard eats 2.5 gallons, which
I'm sorry, you're not gonna drink the bottle of olive oil. You just cook
10
with it.
liters of olive oil a year. And you can see the huge array here, from little boutique brands to more industrial brands, everything from normal.
And it can get really expensive as well, like the good quality ones. You have to get obviously a virgin extra. But yes, they have so much variety. It's
Virgin
great.
to extra virgin.
Carbon
Let's
out
check
there.
some of the prices out, because even extra virgin is really cheap here, and that's why if you're in Spain, you got to eat the extra
Yeah.
virgin. We've got extra virgin. It's the supermarket's brand, and it's €3.59 for a liter. Let me know, actually, I'm
Quite
really interested in
cheap.
the comments. How does that compare to the price of olive oil in your country? So the cheapest I can see, $3.59 for a liter. And an important thing to
It's so
remember
cheap.
is when it doesn't say virgin or extra virgin, if it just says 0.4 or 0.4, that is just normal olive oil. And actually, that is what kind of called, technically in a sense, lampante oil, because historically it was used for lamp oil. So of course, those were a little bit more industrial olive oils, and you can
Lamp
spend
oil?
more.
Ah.
You do have boutique or really high grade olive oil in this country. This one, for
But even I think the not good ones are gonna be
example, is 500 mils, and that's €8.60, so a lot more expensive. That's organic. One thing to
Yeah.
keep in mind, extra virgin olive oil in Spain is actually a technical term. It means it's passed a smell test, a taste test, and a chemical test, so you can be guaranteed that it's high quality if it says
And it has a DOP, I'm pretty sure, like a lot of these. I'm pretty sure they also have DOP. But again, it's like, it's good, but you should definitely get the virgin extra.
extra virgin.
Don't get the other.
We had Velasquez on the canned calamari in its own ink, and now we have Goya on the olive oil. That's
Casa de
Goya,
Alba,
obviously.
yes.
That's the Duchess of Alba, but
Yeah, exactly. That's why it's called the Casa de Alba, because of like,
Goya
again, the Duchess. Well, the Duchess as in like the
Painted it.
house.
Here's something you wouldn't see in an English-speaking country is washing powder or washing liquid called colon. If you like sparkling water, Vichy Catalan is actually quite a yummy one. It's a little bit salty, but it always makes me think of Vichy, occupied France and the Vichy collaborators. The beer from Madrid is called Mau.
Interesting. I
And if
wonder
you're
why it's called
hardcore and you're having a party, this is what you want to buy. They're called litronas, and that is a liter, as the name suggests, of beer. And so litrona means
It's one of those, like, a liter is a pint. I never know what's in a pint. It's a pint, a liter, half a liter. No, it can't be half a liter. I think that's the equivalent of a pint, right?
That's how you
I
buy it.
think.
People are coming over. Big thing. Well, that's how we buy it anyway. And so behind me, all this beer along here is alcohol-free. And Spain is one of the leaders in alcohol-free beer. And it's really interesting because this is a beer
Really?
drinking country more than it is in a way a wine
Yeah,
drinking
sure.
country. So many people drink beer. And so if you can't drink beer for whatever reason, for health reasons or you're pregnant or whatever it is, there's a huge industry of zero alcohol beer, and you'll see it'll be 0,
That's
0.
pretty
And that's how you
interesting.
know. And every brand has one. All the bars
they have
have
the
zero alcohol
supermarket
beer.
brand.
I've even seen TV commercials for zero alcohol beer, and there's an image of a pregnant woman, like with her belly, with a baby in it, drinking a zero alcohol beer. So it's super accepted, and you'll see it everywhere.
Doesn't
I find-
have alcohol, so why would I? If you weren't, if you see a pregnant woman having like no non-alcoholic beer, it's fine. Like you wouldn't be scandalized. So it's
tastes
fine.
weird.
Just have
Something happens when you take the
alcohol.
alcohol out, that something goes wrong. Call me crazy. One thing, when I first moved to Spain,
It tastes a little bit like malt, right? I believe, but I guess that malt is also like a bit more like a malt beverage. I think that's also an acquired flavor. So of course, if you're not used to this, you're gonna be finding the taste like really strange. Although maybe all tastes are acquired. Like you can say the same thing.
years
for
ago,
beer, I guess.
craft beer was just not a thing, and now it's really pretty big. Again, because this is a big beer drinking
popular.
country, and you'll find this is one of the earlier ones here. It came in Madrid, La Virgen, and they have a jamonera beer. Jamonera. I think they said once it goes well with a ham sandwich, bocadillo de jamón. And so now you'll see a huge range of local beers, Madrid beers. The
Sandwich.
movement started really in Catalonia, and of course the big industrial brands are now making their own artisanal beer. So yeah, huge beer
Artisanal.
industry. Madrid beer brand is Cibeles, named after the goddess in the fountain statue in the center
And the
of the city. And here we have the brown-haired girl and the blonde-haired girl, Morena y Rubia. Ole mi
Oh, this
morena.
one's blonde. And the
So
other-
you'll see a huge gin selection always in Spain, because we're massive gin drinkers here. You'll see in bars people drink big balloon-sized glasses of gin. They drink it after the meal, not before, not as a cocktail, because we'll have something like vermouth or sherry or something else beforehand. So huge gin selection behind me, and the gin and tonics. Yeah, I mean it's a craze.
I'm shocked that he's like before you're. Should you have like I don't know some sort of cocktail or a drink like before you're eating? Is that a thing? I didn't know that. Maybe, I don't know what
Dying down a
alcohol.
little bit, but they're large, and often the bartender just keeps pouring, and he'll stop when you tell him to stop. For the vermouth lovers out there, we have pretty decent selection.
Don't stop.
Pretty serious. And if you're a really serious vermouth drinker, you can get a box of it. You can't even
What is
lift
that?
it, let alone drink it. But that's if you're a serious aperitivo freak.
Yeah, having aperitifs are a little. Just talking about acquired taste, I think it's just a very strong liquor, and they taste quite strong. So that's why you need to know what you're
And
doing.
look at this guy, 1.5 liters of vermouth. That's white vermouth, 1.5 liters. By the way, little tip. If you're
I think also like you would get vermouth in a cocktail, right? Sometimes I know that some people drink it alone, but I think you would get it. Like this is gonna last you a really long time if you have it as a cocktail. I think like martini, right? You're gonna put a little. You're gonna put like give me a glass, But I know some people again.
You're in
acquired taste
Spain,
and
don't
everything.
drink martini. I call it the Coca-Cola of vermouth. So you want to get the local stuff, not the international brand. So this is still wine country. We do drink a lot of beer, but we make a lot of wine, even though we don't drink as much as we used to.
Of course.
So time for a little game. I'm going to try and find the
Really?
cheapest wine here in the supermarket and the most expensive. See how we go, because wine can be pretty
like
cheap.
€2
in this country. To
maybe.
be clear on the rules,
No, like 3.
I'm going to rule out boxed Tetra Brick wine. This one is a liter for 90 cents. I
Please.
feel like we need to stick to the glass. Okay, so we
Please,
have
get a
found
bottle,
the
yeah.
cheapest wine here. It's called Elegido,
wine.
which means the chosen one, and it's a Tempranillo.
Tempranillo.
It's $1.96 for a liter. It says superior, calidad superior, high quality. Who am I to judge? And it says here on the back, it's from Spain. It's Tempranillo.
Well, never judge a wine by its label. Who knows? Maybe it's good. Like don't judge it. Don't
And it
judge it
goes
by
well
the
with
price.
tapas, as if that's a food group, red meats and cheeses. So, I mean, it sounds great. Also goes well with a great hangover the next day, no doubt. There's another one that's actually
Oh, come on. It's gonna give you it's gonna give you a hangover either way if you overdo it. So I would
a
get
little
it.
bit
I would have
cheaper,
it now.
but it's sold out. So obviously in demand, it must be even
See?
better.
It's
than
good.
Elegido. So we found the most expensive one, 259 euros for Vega Sicilia Unico, which is a wine from Ribera del Duero, a region a few hours north of here, a very hot region. It's a 2005, and it's one of Spain's most famous wines. So a lot of supermarkets wouldn't have a wine that good. Actually, supermarket wine selections are often pretty lacking in this country, but this is a really big supermarket, so it does. So often you'll find the most expensive one will be around maybe 15 euros,
Like a
max,
500.
and everything downhill to
Oh, but looking good.
165 or whatever that other one was. But my little tip, if you want to drink
Yeah.
great wine when you're in Spain, I would stick away from anything under like 6 euros. The minute you hit like 9, 10, hit up to 12 euros, you're going to drink some really good wine.
It's gonna get great,
the cheap-
yeah. I felt the same. It's like, well, that 10 euro like wine bottle, that must be
Stuff,
really
it's
good
fine, but
wine.
it still can taste pretty cheap. So I would say 6-7 euros
Really?
and upwards. But I don't know. What do you guys drink? Let me know. Let me
Exactly.
know what you drink when you're in Spain. And maybe I'm completely wrong and I'm a wine snob and you're like, shut the hell up. So we'll see. A little anecdote here. If you're not drinking wine in a bar, you want a non-alcoholic drink, you drink mosto. Mosto is effectively grape juice. But one thing I love about this brand, grape, it's what Yoli's
like
parents
wine.
sometimes drink, is that it's spelled G-R-E-I-P, because then if you don't speak English and you're Spanish and you pronounce it grape, it sounds like you're saying grape, but with your Spanish accent. If it was spelled like we spell it, G-R-A-P-E,
Oh my god, I've never. Yes, it's true. It's grape. As in a grape.
would say
Oh my
grape.
god.
So my mother-in-law says, quiero un poquito de grape. I feel like grape. And it's been spelled perfectly for that. So kind of genius, really, right?
It's
of course,
great.
you know how much we love gazpacho,
yeah.
that cold tomato soup. In this country,
In
we
a-
have like a
in a
whole mini
bottle.
section here of different gazpachos that, in the end, they're all pretty similar, I guess, but different brands. And we've got a gourmet one down here with almond in it. We've also got up here salmorejo, which is the slightly thicker style of tomato
Yeah.
puree soup. You don't drink as much, but you do it with a spoon. So serious gazpacho section here. So while we're in the cold soup section, salmorejo and gazpacho, also when you're in Spain and it's summer, see if you can get ajo blanco, which means white garlic, but it's actually made from ground up almonds, and it's this beautiful white almond cold soup with garlic in there, often served with grapes, and my god, in summer it is so refreshing. In case you missed the cured
Oh
meats
my God,
meals,
what
I've got a
happened?
whole aisle of cured meats here again, sausage and
More
chorizo
meat.
and salchichon, just in case, of course. York, Y-O-R-K, like the city in England, that is the name we have for what we call English style ham, which is boiled ham. This is this is
I love that. Yeah, it's called. Of course, it's the English style, so it's going to be called
the best
York.
looking version
of
of it. It
course.
comes better, but jamon York is exactly that, is boiled classic ham, like we might have in New Zealand, for example. And
Again, don't tell me how they
the
make
hell
ham.
is this? Chopped. It's literally just called chopped or chopped if you're speaking
Chopped.
Spanish. So that is a word that's come into the Spanish language, obviously from English, and we call it chopped, and it just means really cheap cuts of processed ham. So keep away from the chopped, stick to the jamon ibérico and bellota, please. More tapas. In this case, mushrooms and garlic. And yeah, okay, a little closer than the dry
That's
bread
the most delicious
or crackers. You know, you can do better than this than the
Yeah, again, this is one of those things that what would you get it? You can get it at any bar, you could get it at home, like it's delicious, but what would you get like the prepackaged one?
frozen
Like just
version,
eat
even though
it
says
fresh.
gourmet, so I'd make it at home with fresh mushroom
No.
and garlic. Patatas bravas, frozen patatas
It's
bravas.
delicious.
So, okay, closer to tapas
So
than
good
some of
as
the
well.
other things we've seen, but you can get better patatas bravas in a bar than probably these frozen ones.
Correct.
Okay, so it's getting real here in the supermarket, almost political, because we're in the sabores del mundo, flavors of the world, and we
Okay.
have
What
churros,
do we have?
churros rellenos. Now,
Well, but that's not like international. That's literally very Spanish.
why
And
would
you eat it with
churros be
chocolate.
in the international section in a Spanish supermarket? But that's
Correct.
because these
It's
are
really weird.
stuffed or filled churros, filled with
Oh, they're stuffed. They're not, because the Spanish way is that you have the chocolate right next to it and you just like,
chocolate. We don't stuff churros in this country with chocolate. A barbarity that's been brought in. We just have them plain and dip them in chocolate. And the other thing, fideuà. Now this is a Catalan dish. It's kind of like paella, but it uses little
Yeah, what is
noodles
it?
instead of rice. And so they've got a Catalan
Yeah.
dish in the flavors of the world section. So
That's
I don't know if
weird.
it's a political
Well, it's a political statement. That's not
statement or just sheer
Stupid.
recklessness, but that could cause an incident. Frozen paella. Yes, we also eat frozen. Well, we don't eat frozen paella in Spain, but they
Yeah, do not eat. No, but do not eat it frozen. Again, you
have
can
frozen
make it
paella in
yourself.
Spain. Avoid. This one says you can cook it in 5 minutes. No good paella was ever made in 5 minutes. How long should it take? Like an hour?
Correct. You have to let it marinate an hour. Yeah, more than an hour, but you have to let it marinate.
Yeah. 45 minutes an hour.
Oh,
Now,
it
this
an
is a
hour, more than an
country
hour.
that knows how to do the aperitif. And look at this section in the supermarket behind me of all these olives and
What is it? What do
pickled
we have?
skewers of things, and even
Oh my God, what is it? I'm seeing a lot of olives, of course. What else am I seeing here? Oh, we have pickles. I'm not seeing like the peppers, but they also, I'm guessing they have peppers. I think that's seafood. I think that's maybe
they actually
octopus,
fry,
right?
cut and fry their own potato chips here because there's such a huge tradition of potato chips in this country and homemade potato chips, pickled eggplant, olives, just so much going on. And so I fell in love with the aperitif tradition in this country. You can see why. Look at this, amazing. The best way to start.
everything.
I was going to say start the day, but no, before lunch. Don't start the day with the aperitif. That would mean you're an alcoholic. Guys, we made it out alive. Stealth mission complete. I've got my little carrito here.
Yeah, it's
Thumbs
a
up if you
card.
enjoyed that little exploration of a Spanish supermarket. Subscribe if you want to explore more of Spain with me. And, well, thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video. Ciao.
Okay, yeah, I love this video. They have such a great selection, and that's not even getting, I thought that there were a lot of things, a lot of sections he missed. I think it was very, very comprehensive, but still, like the produce, I wanted to see the produce section. Just like he obviously, I get that wasn't like specifically the point of the video, but oh my god, I wanted to see the produce. I wanted to see like he got like the frozen food. I wanted to see like the normal drinks. He also like passed around the milk and the alcoholic like section, but I wanted to see like other things. So if my number one complaint, I wanted to see more. It was a great video. But yes, I think like again, I mentioned it earlier in the video. It's Spain has so much great food. Like it's delicious. I think even like when you get things that are very, very like maybe not as great, or maybe not, you're like this isn't that good, it's still going to be good. Like I think especially I think compared to, no offense, but compared to places like the US, I think it's just more normal. Like if you get, I think in the US you maybe have to look around a little bit more to get like some good quality food. Especially I think we're just talking like at a supermarket. I think when you get the same thing as in the fresh, where the olives, where there you can find like the olives, like the like I don't know how you call that. It's just at like a section in which they sell you things. I think to begin with in the US, that's not really, you're not gonna find stuff like this. But even, you have, again, like the sushi. I think they also, I believe it was a Carrefour. I believe they also have like a section in which they also sell you food, as in like already made food. But still, my point is that in the US, if you're getting something that sort of, not even like the brand like cereal or the brand whatever, it's just going to be a little bit, maybe you're gonna have to start look around in order to find like better quality things. And I think in Spain, it's like, no, even the things are a little bit, this looks a little bit dodgy. Like this doesn't really look that great. I think it's still going to be better than most things in other places, because it's just a place with a lot of like the culinary thing. It's just like they have so much great food, and they have like there's a lot of variety as well. I think my number one thing was what I mentioned, that is kind of like, it just dawned on me because I don't think I ever realized this. Is, oh yeah, I think they also have like in especially I think a big supermarket, you're gonna find like so many brands. You're gonna find so much variety in both in the food that you can find. A lot of these obviously are gonna be packaged, because obviously again you didn't really got like to the fresh produce. But even in the fresh things, he oh my god, he missed the cheese. I just forgot. Yeah, he also missed the cheese section, which it's huge over there, and of course because they have like so much great cheese. It's similar, I think, to the Netherlands. I think maybe this is maybe this would be a good example. I think of course if you go to the Netherlands, you're gonna find like a good quality of course when it comes to cheeses, because the cheese is gonna be great, right? Even the ones that's maybe not that good, they're still gonna be great, and they're gonna be better than 90% of places. But in this case, I think it's also a little bit similar in the sense of like cheese, the cheese section, like they have so many stuff, or like the cured ham or cured meats in general, because of course you have like the chorizo, the blood sausage, the Iberic ham, the Serrano ham, like so many, the cured ham. They have like so many types of variety, so you're gonna find like all of that. But in like the fresh sort of things, as in, again, he didn't really mention like the actual fresh cuts of meat. He only went to like the fish section, in which again, fish and seafood, because it's not just fish. They had like so much fish, and they also had a lot of seafood. And again, in some other places in Europe, I don't think I've ever seen, again, it just depends on the supermarket. But there are places in which there's like not that much of a variety there. So it just, wow, yeah, it's interesting. I think Spain is clearly, is it maybe having to do with like, no, it depends on the supermarket. And if you are in a big supermarket, of course, you're going to be able to find a lot of variety, both in the food section, sort of they're offering both in fish, meat, and whatever, and also in the prepackaged, like the can section, or like the beverage section, like in this case. Or is it like Spain, the outlier in Europe, and it's more similar to the US in that way, in which you have like so much variety that you can just, you're able to find whatever you like, or you can spend like so much time just trying to choose, because again, you have so much variety that it's, oh my god, what should I choose? And of course, if you live there, you can always like get, oh, I want to try them all. Like if you're moving there, you're able to find like, I want a little bit of everything. I want to try it, of course. But I think that was really interesting. As for the other, I think it's a reflection. I think this like supermarket, like it's a reflection, I think, in Spain, of like how everyone, of the typical things that everyone eats, or the more regional, well, not regional, because obviously not all regions are represented here. But I just think, of course, I think there in Madrid, it's going to be a little bit different. But it's my point is that you're able to find a lot of things that are just very Spanish. I don't know if other places are like this in that sense. Obviously not in the US, because the US is just a completely different beast. But I think when it comes to like other places in Europe, I just think it's like a little more like, I don't know, universal in a way. I don't know, maybe that's my impression, and maybe I just do not know what I'm talking about. But I believe that in Spain, you're just going to be able to find like so many regional things, in the sense that, I don't know, there's just like so many the stuff that you can get, like if you want to get, for instance, like even the tapas, which again, do not get them frozen. But the other things that you are able to like make, you can make your own tapas at home, or I can go to any bar. But all of those things are very regional things, and you're able to sort of get them there. Or even the can section, we both mentioned this. It's, the cans have a bad reputation, and I think in other places I would absolutely be, no, of course, why are you having this? But in this case, the can sort of section, they, especially in seafood, like it's a thing that's quite expensive. It can be quite expensive, or maybe not like super expensive. But my point is, this is better quality, it's good quality. You wouldn't like look down on it, like not like boxed wine. Basically, like boxed wine is just one of those things in which you probably like to look down on people and say, why are you having boxed wine? Sort of similar, I think, when it comes to cans. Like, what would you get this in a can? No, in this case, I think no. Like the fish, the seafood section, like it's good. It's gonna be great. I think obviously, well, when it comes to like olives and other things, he mentioned the asparagus, which is like really funny to me. He didn't mention like the pickle section, and also I think the mushroom section. I think they also, like in Spain, they tend to eat a lot of mushrooms, and of course the peppers, for like pimentones and whatever, asados and whatever. It's just like he didn't mention that is really funny. Of course, all the shrimp, they have so much shrimp and so much, like, again, the octopus. I think I saw it, but he didn't mention it. But still, you have so much great variety that it just makes you wanna, again, you have to control yourself, because they have like such great food over there. And that's not even getting, of course, into the cheeses and like all the cured ham and all of that, which I think is probably like the biggest section in the supermarket. And and the olive oil, of course, the best olive oil in the planet, it's the Spanish one, and it's good. Like he mentioned, it's one of those things about, if you're ever in Spain, of course you have to like take advantage of this, because in other places, good quality like olive oil, it's going to be expensive. Especially, I think in the US you're able to find some, but it's, you can get the Italian one, and there are other. I'm not saying like other olive oils are bad or anything, but personally, I think the Spanish one is the better quality one. But it's gonna be more expensive in other places, of course, but in Spain, of course, it's gonna be cheap, because you're in Spain, so everything's cheaper over there. And even like good quality olive oil, it's gonna be cheap, which I think is one of the things that if you ever find yourself there, of course, you have to take advantage of this. You have to consume all the olive oil you want. Even that's why they fry with olive oil, because it's cheap and it's really what they use over there. But yeah, you can get that, and you can take, few. You can get there's still the gourmet ones. They're really cool looking ones, like in the tin that come they're metal instead of like glass based. And yeah, you can get that if you go back home. And of course, like, it's really funny that I want to know how many tourists do they have the box ham. Like, I'm getting a whole leg of ham, and I'm getting this, to like to my place of residence. Can't you do that? I'm wondering, like, can you, because I think you can get cheeses, right? Like you can buy your own cheese, and then you like put it in your, that passes through customs, I think, like when it comes to cheese. I'm pretty sure cheese can pass through customs, internationally at airports. But can you get like a box, like the box that he was showing up of ham? Can you get like a box of ham and then just pass through customs internationally and people will not care like at the airport? I think like that's a thing, right? I believe, but I want to know how many people actually go here, how many tourists they go. And they go, I'm buying the box ham. I'm getting this back home, which I think would be really, really funny. That, great, who can blame them? It's really cheap, of course, but it's really, really funny. And I would love to meet someone that has actually attempted to do this, because I don't know, it's something really funny to me. I was just like going around with your ham leg all over the customs and all over the airport. But yeah, now I'm hungry. Like, again, great food, so now I'm hungry. And that's it for today, and I'll see you next time. Bye.